We're already halfway through the summertime vibe, it seems. Y'all ain't miss us now, Well, a humble dude like me has been enjoying roaming the streets of Silent Hill and getting the giblies over it. But here in the Mr. Cape offices, I'm back at it with another tidbit of a video. But this time we're talking about Edgeworth. Oh boy, where I even start with this guy? He a fun, funny, a little less stoic guy than after we're talking about, after the trilogy and all that. But I think I'd like to talk about him in Ace Attorney 1 more specifically, and about his character arc is like in that game, and how he comes to always find the truth and not just try to have his squeaky clean records of wins. Well, shall we? Now, as we all know, Phoenix and Edgeworth knew each other before they meet each other in court. But before all that happens, Gumshoe tells that Phoenix, dude like Edgeworth would do anything for a guilty verdict, even as far as going as forging evidence. Now Phoenix doesn't remember Edgeworth like this, because back in middle school, he wanted to become a defense attorney, just like his pops. In a moment that Phoenix still remembers to this day, and is a huge talking point between them. But hey, times change. Homie got taught by Von Karma. No wonder he had such a drastic shift in character. In case 2, we get a straight and clear. He only wants to win every case. He pulls the most boo-boo stuff in court and gets away with it willy-nilly. For example, the updated autopsy report. Gee, where I ever heard that before? Anyways, also, he tries to get Phoenix guilty because he's the defendant of the case. Or, the back end of the case too, blah blah blah. I ain't here for a case overview, but in the end, Phoenix sweeps because he always right. And this is where shit starts to get boogie within Edgeworth. Now this one, the ball drop, yo. This is when a huge character shift happens in Edgeworth. But firstly, I want to chat a little about this case. Nothing particularly interesting happens, and it is pretty boring and overstates its welcome. Until the last investigation and trial, I feel. Because that's where all the meat and potatoes are for that sweet characterization and juicy writing from Ace Attorney. Which usually comes from the end of each case, you know what I'm saying? Anywho, it's real nice and humble. Nothing crazy, complex, or tragic. Well, tragic maybe later, but that's later, not now. Anyways, there's a specific something I'm talking about, and it's real good. I'm humbly talking about this scene with Edgeworth. You've saddled me with unnecessary feelings. Now, the fandom used this a lot for the Phoenix and Edgeworth ship, especially for a guy like me, free roaming on Twitter. But anywho, let's get crack-a-lackin' on the shebang. So last day, on trial, on the killer, D. Vasquez, got Phoenix kerfumbled the way she's just shutting down every single point he brings up. And the judge is about to drop a guilty verdict. But our boy Edgeworth actually objects and makes her testify again. And Phoenix doesn't let this chance slip away, and he finds the contradiction. Boom, boom, she found guilty. Well, Powers is cleared. After the trial, Edgeworth pulls up to Phoenix and repeats what we talked about. He got unnecessary feelings, filled with unease about his morals, his beliefs, and what it means to be a lawyer, I feel. This is a huge moment, a pivotal moment in his character where you could see him slowly doubt what his mentor, Von Karma, what he taught him about being the number one. It goes back to when he wanted to be a defense attorney, always striving and scrambling for the truth. This excellent character progression without blatantly shoving it down the player's throats. Just a clean scene right after a character shift. It's real nice. Wowza. Y'all still with me? Tapping this out feels a lot longer than the P4 video, but we having fun, right? Anywho, we reached the last case of Ace Attorney 1 now, one of my personal favorite cases. Turnabout Goodbyes. Extremely well written, has peak conclusions to the case, all that good jazz, but we here for Edgeworth in this case. And this case revolves around him actually. He's the defendant and has some real good drama with Phoenix. Phoenix offers Edgeworth help in being his defense attorney, but Edgeworth strictly refuses. And as you investigate more and more, you soon come to find out more about Edgeworth's backstory and his entanglement with the DL6 incident. His pops was the victim of the case, and Edgeworth fully blames himself because he thinks that he shot his pops when he threw the gun while they were stuck in an elevator during an earthquake. But there's more to uncover in classic Ace Attorney fashion. Once Phoenix spills the beans to Edgeworth, he agrees to let him defend him. It's a tough fight in court, let me tell ya. Von Karma does not play around. It's like Wily's fucking final form in Mega Man 7, golly. And Edgeworth was gonna be found guilty because of Von Karma's slimy Saul Goodman ass, and because of that Phoenix can barely hold any ground. But a squeaky clean save from Larry Butts and he got a whole new case behind it. But Edgeworth keeps insisting that he's the killer just because he can't handle that survivor's guilt. I'm thinking that he killed his pops, but once again, just like the title says, the truth will always prevail. Because we soon come to know that Phoenix actually shoves Von Karma in a locker with all that evidence, and he's actually the real killer with a sick ass breakdown. Him banging his head on the wall and all that. So, by the end of Ace Attorney 1, Edgeworth is just trying to go for a Colgate minty fresh sweep. Whenever he's in court, he's always trying to find the truth along with the defense and not just win by any means necessary. And he's really sweet in 3DS duology. Bro literally got that uncle vibe, I'm sure. But he really fun, especially the way he hating on that off-brand Steel Samurai in Spirit of Justice. But that, as they say, is that. This was why Miles Edgeworth teaches us that the truth will always prevail. Or maybe Phoenix is just absolutely bonkers, I don't know. Well, how we feeling about that, pal? I think I did a pretty good job talking about one of my favorite characters in the series. It's a little short, and yeah, it's all over the place, but I think I got the point across. Other than that, I just want to say I'm going to try to enjoy the rest of my summer break in peace. Hop on that P4 replay, inshallah, I don't know. Then when school hit, I fought so hard, y'all probably not going to see me for a hot ass minute. So, stick to Bush, I don't know. But if winter break pulls through, maybe I'll get a little special something. But September, my worst month, so y'all probably not gonna see me for at least a cool month or so. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all stay easy. Have a good rest of y'all summer. And stay tuned for more breakfast shenanigans. Yeesh!